Hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Uh,
nice to meet you too.
I'm really glad I'm talking to you. Uh, okay, so we don't have much time, so I'm gonna jump right into it.
Okay.
Um, at the start, do you think they used? I mean, I know the band already existed when you joined the band, but do you think they used at the start were inspired by the old school emotional hardcore scene and bands? Because the whole emo scene, pop punk stuff at like 2000, I think the year was not was not out there. It just didn't exist yet. So
Right.
you guys had to be inspired by something. Was it the emotional hardcore scene?
Yeah, it's crazy. Everybody was into such different types of music when we started. Our drummer's into like really crusty punk, like Rancid, Social Distortion. Jeffa, our bass player, was into like Mr. Bungle and some crazy things. And for me, yeah, I came from a post-punk kind of world. Bands like Grade and Texas is the Reason, and yeah, so all different influences combined, I think was how we made the used sound.
Oh, that makes sense because it was like a new sound. Like you guys and some other bands started like a new scene, I guess. So
Yeah.
it's nice to hear like where did you guys draw inspiration from. So um this scene like became mainstream out of nowhere. Like I've heard that people at the first emo bands slept like in the basement of their friends, didn't have money to tour. It was like, and then out of nowhere it broke through, right?
Yeah.
So how did it feel like seeing you guys go from such a, was like almost poverty, right? Your
Yeah.
situation before mainstream. Uh,
Yep.
yeah, how did that feel? And not just you guys, like lots of bands at the same style. Like I can't really imagine this happening. It must have felt great. I don't know.
Yeah, it was very exciting and out of nowhere, unbelievable. We're just four we're just four little boys from Utah. So yeah, we couldn't believe what was happening, and we're definitely along for the ride, that's for sure.
Yeah, uh, and I mean, you guys started going to the radio, like make big concerts. Was it scary? Also, like, oh my God, now I have to get serious and stuff, and have to work, and or was it like, oh, this is what I want, and it's okay.
Yeah, we never thought of playing music as work. We love it so much. It's like a holiday for us, you know. So yeah, when we started playing big shows, we were just super excited. Couldn't believe it.
Oh, that's really nice. So you never felt tired, at least at the beginning.
Um, I'm sure there was moments of tiredness, but we were far too excited to be tired, that's for sure.
Ah, that sounds like a really happy story.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so since I am the metal guy from Brazil, like o cara do metal really means the metal guy in
Hell yeah.
Portuguese.
Hell yeah.
I have to ask, like, do you consider yourselves to have some sort of heavy metal influence? Also, like your screaming vocals, people give you credit for being one of the only bands that could uh, put out some screaming vocals at mainstream radio.
Yeah.
And screaming is pretty popular in metal too. So, do you guys have influences in metal, or this heavier stuff came from other places?
Yeah, definitely influences from metal. When I was growing up, I loved like Metallica. I went and saw Metallica, Def Leppard, and tons of other cool metal bands. But then I think it broke out into like hardcore bands that were more my influence, like Converge, Coalesce, bands like that. So heavy metal and hardcore, I think, were a big part of the used.
This makes sense. Makes sense. It's pretty much what I thought. um, okay, do you have any tips for people that are just starting to get into bands like they used, like any tips for new bands or maybe old bands they should check out?
Yeah, I think that the key to being a successful band is to practice. You practice and practice and practice and practice. Um, and the more you practice, the more comfortable you get with your sound, and the more tight the band gets, and the more comfortable you'll be on stage. So for us, it's just about rehearsing, 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 rehearsing. We before the show, we play an entire set before the show, before we go out, so we're all warmed up and prepared to go.
That's a pretty nice tip. The
Yeah,
more I rehearse with my bands, the better they get. But
yeah, sure.
also, you have tips like for bands, just band recommendations for people to listen, not necessarily to play. That was a question, but is another question. Like for people that are just interested in listening to music, like, do you have other bands that you think will probably like also?
Yeah, I think it's a cool place to start with the original emo, like Sunny Day Real Estate. Um, some of my favorite bands are hardcore bands. Like I said, Converge is my favorite band. Knocked Loose is great. Coalesce. Um, yeah, I think you start there. Texas is the Reason. Really great band.
Cool, cool. I like Knocked Loose.
Yeah, they're fucking sick.
Yeah. Um, okay, so do you consider yourselves emo? Because I know, like, My Chemical Romance guys said, "Oh, we're not emo."
Yeah, we totally embrace the term. We love it. We've been an emo band for 24 years, and we couldn't be more proud. And emo is it's a tricky title, anyways, for emotional music, which our music is definitely emotional. So yeah, we love the label. We write it.
Yeah, I think it sounds pretty good. The emotional music when you say it like that.
Yeah,
When I was growing up, emo was like everywhere. You know, here in Brazil, we had some emo bands that also broke through mainstream, but it was almost like a bad term back in the day, like, oh, those weird emo kids, you know.
yeah,
But I think
yeah,
now it's getting popular again, like on youngsters again. Of course, we have the classic old, like 30-year-old emo guy, but
yeah,
I think kids are just starting to get into emo again, and I think now it's kind of cool. Like it has never been so cool to be an alternative guy. So I think it's pretty cool that you guys embraced it always.
yeah. We're just excited and happy to be playing music. We know that a lot of bands don't make it, for 24 years, and we just feel like, holy shit, we can't believe that we're still around. So it's really cool.
Yeah, and I think like the critical acclaim is good on the use. Like you guys are still making relevant albums. Like you released an album on 2020, I think, and I think the reception was pretty good, was it? Like on
Yeah,
my view, point of view.
yeah. People still seem to be very into it. Emo's come back really hard, so we're here for it. Let's go.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys haven't still put out everything you guys have to say. Like you are still on a creative peak, right?
Yeah, we just write in the moment. Whatever we're feeling in that moment, we write, and we love our old records. We kind of celebrate them, not like we're trying to recreate our records, but we're very comfortable with our sound, and we all know what we want to hear in music, and the band works really well together. We all write together in the studio, and yeah, it's an amazing experience to be able to put yourself out like that.
Okay, so we have like 5 minutes left. So what do you think about Brazil? Like, I think it's your third time here.
Yeah,
Is
we
it
love
cool to
Brazil.
be here?
Yeah, we
You
can't
love
believe we're
Brazil?
coming back. Fans are awesome. Place is awesome. The food is awesome. So we're really looking forward to it.
You guys played like all around the world, right?
Yeah.
Do all emo kids all around the world look similar? The similar emo look?
Well, I haven't seen the Brazilian fans in a long time, so we're about to find out. But
Ah, you're about
yeah,
to find out.
emo bands have a certain type of fan base, and they kind of look They kind of look the same. They kind of have a Hot Topic vibe, and yeah, it's really cool to see even the fashion coming back around. It's cool.
Yeah, I think in metal this also happens. Like you will always have, no matter what. If you're in India, you'll always have the long haired dudes that look like they will hit you.
Yeah, yeah,
And
for sure.
at the emo scene, I think you will always have like the teenagers with the hair and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
and the black clothing and the gloves, and they look like they want to be hugged.
That's a perfect way to put it. I'm there to give them all. I'm there to give them all hugs.
Oh, that's really cute. Okay, so I guess our time is coming up. Do you have like something you want to say to people, like especially the young metal people, because that's my main audience.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've been to Brazil, and we're very, very grateful to be coming back. We're really excited, and we've always had the best time in Brazil. We have really fond memories of playing there in the past. So yeah, we can't wait. We're looking forward to it. Hope to see you there. Hope to see you shredding.
Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you very much for your
Yeah, you're
time,
welcome.
and have
Thank
a
you.
nice time.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see you.
See you. Have a nice time here in Brazil.
We
I hope you
will.
enjoy.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Obrigado.